When women are at the forefront of entrepreneurship, innovation is enhanced, productivity surges, creativity expands, and the economy ultimately grows. Research shows that women owned companies generate higher revenues than those owned by men. It also showed that women are more effective as a leader and are better at creating jobs. Experts at Boston Consulting Group also found that women made twice as much per dollar investment than men. Hi, I am Ankur Sareen, the co founder of Entrepreneurs Media, and I present to you the Entrepreneurs Media Spotlight powered by Radical. Stick around till the very end, and if you're joining us for the first time, do subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Now, why are we talking about women entrepreneurs today? Well, our guest today is Dr. Nancy Juneja, who has dedicated her life to enabling women entrepreneurs. Dr. Nancy Juneja is the global chairperson, MentorX Women, CEO of RevUp Life Skills from New Delhi. She is a big time woman empowerer who has ideated MentorX Women for the recognition, respect, honor, and celebration of women, offering 2,000 plus global positions under diversified domains so as to explore their maximum potential. Born and raised in an educational family, running schools and boarding hostels for 3 decades, she is a seasoned educationist, peak performance coach, international mentor, author, and a TEDx speaker and a Josh speaker as well. She holds a PhD in psychology and business management, holds 2 patents in her name. Wow, Dr. Nancy. I just scrolled the research our team has done about you, and I'm sure one episode is required to mention everything that you have achieved so far. I leave that job to
Yeah.
Mr. Nirmalya, or NRC as he's fondly called by his peers. To give this chat a little flow, we have with us Mr. Nirmalya Roy Chaudhary. He is a brand asset creator and a mentor. He's a CEO and founder of Radical. He's an ex PNG and Ogilvy guy. He helps businesses turn their brands into assets. Very warm welcome to Dr. Nancy and Mr. Nirmalya.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you so much to both wonderful men at the show. And this is really nice to be at the spotlight. Really honored to be here and really honored to hear from you my profile, which is definitely by divine grace. Thank you.
yeah, that's the key part of it. Ankur said at the starting that we are devising this and started this on the Navratra. That's why we want to enhance and look at the woman Shakti and woman power to that extent. Okay, so
So
starting off on the
I'll say adios here, and Nirmalya, you can please continue with the lovely chat with the lovely lady, and I'll be back at the end of the session. Thank you so much.
Sure.
since I'm from an ad world and ad background, post the chat last evening, that brief chat I had with you, the one take in my mind was she's like the Josh machine or the Josh woman. So, what is the secret of your Josh?
Wow. So definitely, sir, as you say, how's the Josh? To all
Hmm.
the viewers who will be viewing us live and probably will be viewing us afterwards, I would definitely say, Josh is all about the trigger beside you. It is all about the fire in your belly. And it comes when you follow your passion. Life has been a holiday because my passion is my profession. And the Josh and all comes with the gut feeling that one life make it happen. One has to do it no matter what.
Yeah. Okay. And also, I understand you said also that when you're a young school student, you were a little introvert, but now all your personality also has taken a complete flip towards and being extrovert. How did this whole stimulation happen or this transformation happen?
So, sir, I guess this all is very natural with each and every individual, not just
Hmm.
for me. I mean, to the girl in me, I'll not say to the women in me. I myself represent here all the girls who somewhere have their twinkling dreams in their eyes. But, it gets subtle because we're living in a society which predominantly in a country where we always listen that decide your career after your wedding and go slow. the girl should know how to behave well. Girl should know how to be polite. We are never said, we are never, conditioned about girls have to be rock stars. Girls have to be game changers. Girls have to be unstoppables. We are never conditioned like that. So I belong to a very well-grounded, close-knit business family in Delhi, where I have always seen girls be polite, say yes to people, and that is all about it. So we were, yes, academically scholar, good to go, busy with our own, our family, joint family system, and introvert in the sense just speaking to the people whom we are comfortable with. At that time, I'll say when we were growing up, there was a hue and cry. Now the time has changed about talking even to strangers, right?
mm, mm,
So
mm,
definitely that introvert thing and being a bookworm, I was totally into my own world.
mm,
So the change that you said, the transformation, looking back, it's a history now, I feel. It's a decades of work,
mm,
but every step make you what you are. And every next level of yourself
mm.
demands a new version of you, isn't it? So
Okay.
it is not that a gradual shift from introvert to extrovert. Maybe now also for the word, I am the extrovert. I'm the people's person. I'm the one who represent the country in many forums, and I've always been speaking because I'm a keynote speaker. I'm a motivational speaker. I am a life skills coach and all that stuff, which definitely my job requires me to speak, to convey my, talent or proficiency to people.
So was the
That
student
is
of
it.
the year was the inflection point?
Okay, so very well said. That's nostalgia. But yeah, I was conferred by this title even in my Delhi University and even in my school. So I feel you hit the target well.
Oh, okay. So understanding that bit, and also you spoke of, I think some of the I heard is spoke of 3M, which is marriage, maternity, and mobility. So just little grips of all your 3Ms. What are the key things you feel has 3Ms has given you, which is driving force for you?
So trust me, while giving my introduction and listening to my profile, if I give my introduction, I always say, I'm Nancy, I'm mother of two beautiful souls. That is the first thing, which is my intro, which is I'm blessed with. So definitely being a girl, being a mother, being playing all the roles, be it wife, daughter, daughter-in-law, sister, the girls have to do 360-degree roles in her part. And surely I'll not say career takes a backseat, but career do take a backseat for certain point of time when the three phases come, which is marriage, maternity, because that decide your mobility. You're not able to move as you were already moving as an independent soul beforehand. Free hand, free rule. My life, my way, highway. So something like that doesn't work. We have to see everything. But yes, with grace of God, being a woman, I'm proud to say, and I'm proud to say for all the women out here, that we do a pat on ourselves, that we are the nurturers. When we can give a miracle, birth to a miracle, birth to a newborn, we can definitely give birth to all our passions. We can
Oh,
definitely give birth to all our hobbies. We
hmm.
can keep the child, the girl in myself alive, even if we are playing all these roles. So I feel, yes, these three things matter. But over a period of time, now if I see my children are like, coming to preteens and everything is settled and moving well with God's grace and family support.
Okay. So, so moving on from your 3Ms to that, what is the proper next is you also spoke of, I think, youngsters, those who follow you quite a lot, they will also know this whole question of this love marriage and arranged marriage and this kashmagash you had somewhere that part of it. So,
I believe I we didn't had that interaction, but you've done enough of research from my all my videos out there on the web.
so,
Yeah, yeah.
so that kashmagash or that does form of marriage affect your personality or it's immaterial to one?
I'm always a person who take life as it comes. So
Okay.
it was never that I'm in a compartment and I've set boundaries for myself.
Mm,
So it was always I lay voice to my opinion. I've always been expressive to my parents, to my family, even to my spouse
mm,
about my aims, my aspirations. that goes by, because I felt when we are living, for family, for the world outside, for the society, somewhere we stop living for our own self. So, yes, though late, I understood that I have to prioritize my own self. Once I am happy, I'll be able to keep the world around me happy. So,
Okay.
you're very right. Each girl has inhibitions, at the time of wedding, of all the things that you said. But, when you look back, you know why it happened, what happened.
Okay.
Now you can connect the dots that universe has done for you. So
Wow.
now
Mm.
it put hold on all the questions that you're asking. Now
Mm.
I'm taking interview at the point of time when I feel that, like the four wheels of the car, yes, I'm able to manage that personal, professional, work life balance. That's being a society activist. I want to do something for society, for my home, for my, fellow men, for my country, and even for the globe. Yes, when you said youth, I definitely, youth is my calling. I feel whatever age I will be or I will be in the future, I'm always connected amongst youth, and they will, bring the best out of me always. It's vice versa, sir. I don't bring the best out of them. They
Energy
bring the best
exchange.
out of me.
Energy exchange.
Exactly.
Okay. So this give me a new perspective of people say life is 50% by accident, 50% by design or by strategy. So do you feel this is right, or do you feel no, things will happen? Because you said everything comes up when we look back and all the dots come in.
This is now perspective. That is what I told you. Every
Hmm.
level makes you a different version of you. I have given around 310 interviews all over globe. And I must tell you that even before wedding, I was an education researcher representing India. I belong to a family who run education institutions in Delhi. And I was already, already interacting with the golden triangle
Hmm.
of education, which is parents, management, and the students. I was already among the youth. Being a, psychologist, definitely I was able to connect to the youth of all the ages. And now, be it kids, students, formative years, startups, aged, elders, everyone. So, what you said, if I see, yes, you're right. Like, I mean, if you say 50-50%, that's philosophy anyone can give. I mean, why to follow any philosophy? If I say this is quoted by this is quoted by this, I will say what is quoted by Dr. Nancy. I mean, by Nancy, individually, what I was, you
Hmm.
know. So I've also studied that, life is what I always feel. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% what how you react to it. That is my philosophy.
Okay.
10% how it happens to you, 90% how you react to it. Now, for example, I'll take a minute. From the moment you get up, how you snooze your alarm clock, how you get late or be on time on the office, how you're stuck at a red light, or simple things, how to behave with your employee, how to behave with your client. Everything matters in the 90%. 10% is what it happens to you. That is your commitment to what is your day like. Now, how you react to it is certainly this. Why I'm telling you this simple example? Because if you follow this, sir, I mean, that is follows in every aspect of our life, also in bigger decisions also. So,
And
trust me, just listen to this, which I follow. I feel, you don't make choices, choices make you.
hmm.
So you don't make choices. I didn't make choice of entering into a convent school or a Delhi University or a IIT Delhi or for my PhD. Yes, I made decision, but these decisions made me. Decision to
Okay.
marry, decision to educate, decision to empower. These decisions made me. Trust me, with the grace of God, I'll tell you, I've never been the person who has given the portfolio and went to a institution, education institution that I am so and I need this. Never at all. I mean, there's no harm in it. But my students have taken me to their institute where they went for job. They taken me to their corporates. I feel it's not just the word of mouth, it's the blessings which comes. When you work with full passion, the karma does it all.
Yeah, the so-called law of attractions.
Believe me, yes.
Okay, so but then let me just come back and ask you your first entrepreneurship or independence lease came up with Revup. What
Yeah.
was the genesis? What was in your mind that why in Revup?
Wonderful, wonderful question. And this is very close to my heart. That's because, your first love, your first baby, everything, first job, everything is closer to you. And so is my first entrepreneur journey. So, yes, at the age of 23, I started with Rev Up Life Skills Unit in the heart of India, capital of India, that's Delhi. And how I did was single handedly, I curriculate, a curriculum which had life skills. So life skills are the skills and qualities according to WHO, literally, which make you life ready, not just job ready, which happens in education institutions. So life skills include 40 of activities, be it public speaking, soft skills, life skills, critical thinking, interpersonal relations, decision making, so on and so forth, mindfulness, and so on. It will just go on and on. When I started working in my father's school and I joined him, I realized while interacting with the students, parents, and everyone, that it is not just the bookish knowledge which makes you what you are. You know, it takes an extra edge. In today's world, everything ages. What doesn't age is your talent, only your talent and your skills. So I used to feel that this book's knowledge will also get obsolete. It is a curriculum by CBSE or by NCRT that also get revolved. But what about your inherent talent? How to tell a person, tell a child that this is good in you. As a mentor, I want to nurture this in you. How to tell the parents that, boss, you have to understand your child's psyche. Even if you've not done a PhD in psychology, it's very simple that a child cannot be good in many things. You know, you cannot judge a child that he's good in academics, so he will be good in hobbies. He'll be good in probably
So,
certain things. Nowadays, what parents want, including me, is a talking encyclopedia, walking encyclopedia. I mean, can you
mm.
imagine parents come to me for 8, 9 years and tell, I want my child to have a three-dimensional thinking like our PM, Mr. Narendra Modi.
Wow.
How much time it will take?
Wow.
And they ask me how much time it will take? 3 months,
Mm,
6 months? I mean, how? How can we do that brain programming? It
mm,
has to start from formative years. So,
mm,
whatever we learn till age of 6, is with
mm,
us till 60. Can you imagine? According to science. So, we need to start as early as possible according to the different needs of the child. Everybody will study, everybody will go to school,
mm,
everybody will be graduate, postgraduate. But who is the one who is making a mark? Sundar Pichai is not everyone. Who is the
mm,
one, who will turn the startup? I mean, we are just focusing on the successes and the success stories, who will be this and that. There are so many who have not been studied and who are good in sports, who are making a mark out there. So there
mm.
has to be a passion in today's world. Remember, trust me, I don't know so many scholars who have scored this much percentile in class 12th or IITs or something, but I know people like Chef Vikas Khanna. I know an artist like a 8-year-old, my student Ara Verma, who has been acing with the exhibitions all over the world. I know the child prodigy who have been TEDx speaker in the age of 14. I know the students who have self-written best publisher at the age of 9. I mean, so many who are young chefs, young author, young publisher, young child panelist. Who cares today about the age? Who cares about the legacy your parents are carrying business and you have to sit on that? Not at all.
But
The
this
norms
has
have been
but
changed.
this has a contra or sorry opposite effect also on the society, on the parents. The other parents are coming in, other they're seeing the other kids are doing all this, so why not my kids? So there's a pressure on the kids at this point of time, isn't it? To
So,
shine out,
very
stand out,
serious
beat out.
question. Hope I can give justice to it. Very right question. Yes, I'll say that yesteryears I never saw my parents, though they were educationists, spending time with me, sitting with me for 2 hours, do this, do that. I know I used to do my assignment myself. I used to do my hobbies myself. That is it. They used to enroll. But now, yes, majority of the parents are like, here to here to here, pinpoint schedule of the children. Why? Because of the peers, because of the society, because of the friend circle. But there's a very thin line, sir. What was expected out of us earlier was not expected now. And it is not about expectations. I mean, trust me, being able, running my own entrepreneurship journey in around 65 countries, my son of 8 years is more technological advancement than me. So what to do? I mean, I have to
Mm.
listen to him. I tell him rather, okay, please do this for me. Please transfer this in pen drive. I'm getting rate. Please do my PPT. Please address the backgrounds. He does it in minutes. And he said, Mama, just stay there. I'll do it. You know,
Mm.
so
Mm.
the life is like that. We cannot say that we are under pressure. The life is like that. The children who are born, they know in 3 4 years how to operate the cell. I even now my 5 years daughter knew my pin code till the time I knew that she's already downloading the games. You know, so
In
that is
fact,
the genre we are living in.
correct. That is what
Gen Z.
reminds me of during the Mahabharata, how Abhimanyu actually understood the war,
See?
and they understood
Exactly.
what technology is while
Exactly.
in
Exactly.
gestation part of it. Okay,
Yeah.
coming back to your little bit of since you handle kids of, let's say, the school age kids, also you handle the so-called the early entrepreneurial kids also. Okay, I'll still
It
talk
has been a
about kids.
contrast. And
Ah,
trust me, people used to tell me that, Nancy, stick to something. People are, industry is getting all kind of signals that you're doing everything from kids to startups to
hmm.
entrepreneur. Your journey has been, really evolving. So leave this part. They actually told me this, the many so-called influencers and the PR agencies that I never follow. So I said, okay, I go with my heart. And trust me, I wish to go with my heart always. So, kids and youth are something which put energy in you, which, trust me, taking a MBA session is
Hmm.
quite easy for me than taking a 7 to 9 year session, because they are the ones who know better than me, and I feel really okay. I have to reverse myself because understand, today in 24 hours, everything which is available in Google gets obsolete. You need to update yourself. So, while you ask this question, yes, I started my journey with the kids, with the school going kids, which is like 5 years to 17 years. That is Rev Up Life Skills all about. Curriculum of life skills for the school kids. But while I was running this journey since 12, 13 years, all the kids, all the mothers of the kids used to come to me and used to take me as an inspiration that she's also mother of two, she's running, why not us? And I'm so proud telling here that I know so many mothers. I mean, I'm so proud. My heart fills with joy and pride that the children are good. Definitely, it is said a mother gives the birth and the teacher give the worth. They give me the credit, but trust me, these mothers have started their entrepreneurship journey, and I see them doing so well in my area, going, overseas. They always be in touch, and it's like, a very sporty culture
So,
where
so,
all are
so,
growing together.
so your pep talks to the kids have a rub-off effect on the moms.
Yes, it did. And that's how it started my women mentoring. What
Okay.
happened was, that's how it started. Then
Hmm.
after 12th, when people went to the interviews of, IIT and Merchant Navy, civil
Hmm.
services,
Hmm.
the people started coming. So I was known for campus to corporate. That
Okay.
was like my signature program, and is also campus to corporate, getting the placement,
Hmm.
100% placement if Nancy gets into the college. So,
Hmm.
that was the thing. So now I was in school, I was in the university. What was the next step? Entrepreneurship journey. So the startup thing started with MentorX. And yes, I mean, MentorX is something which is very close to my heart.
Hmm.
That is what I told you, every next level unfolds itself before you. So it is a
Evolution.
360-degree mentoring. So whether it's
Hmm.
you or me, sir, everyone wants hand holding at some point of time. Everyone wants a mentor. Be I'm a seasonal entrepreneur or a first generation entrepreneur, or we are, delegating, expanding. Every point of time we need some guidance. We are there for each other, so we are also mentor for each other. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
correct.
I felt the students have been part of since 15 years. When they are going to placements, why I'm not there? When they're starting the startup journey, they are always coming to me, so why not? So that it started upon. And then
In fact, I also had the privilege when I started my entrepreneurship. I have one or two of my ex-bosses actually played the role of being a mentor, and formally as well as informally. And that was quite a. Although I lost both of them in during last 2 years of COVID and all, but really they actually were my propellers actually.
I must tell you, what you
Mm.
said is my story, sir. I mean, I started my career, if you've read it, by Standard Chartered Bank. That was campus plus placement in 2 years. From there, I'm taking the corporate training in Standard Chartered. Even now, I mean, that is the kind of relation I'm telling you, because I feel life is something, even if when you go up, you should always remember the people who were in your journey while you started. That is
Mm.
the giving back overall to society. So when I Standard Chartered, my school, I take my workshops there, my college. I recently, Gargi College, I did the world class entrepreneurship conclave there from
Okay.
MentorX. It was a
Mm.
world class conclave that I did for my college. Then my PhD, everywhere you connected. Now, why I'm
Mm.
telling you this, these all give you back. What you did is coming back in many folds to you. That is what I'm telling you. In today's time, we have a MOA with around 220 education institutions from IIT, BITS, Pilani, IIMs, and name it, we have it. IIT Kharagpur, IIT Bhopal, IIT Roorkee, and we have a startup incubation center, which was a dream come true 15 years ago.
Really,
I
really.
wanted children to know their talent. I never knew that I would be a part of something to convert their talent into their profession. And yes, it's by God's grace that the journey evolved. Now, RevUp is taken care by me and many of the world class trainers all across the world. Our classes are going on in Nigeria, Canada, Australia, everywhere out. And thanks to the lockdown, I'll say, it unlocked the talent, and it was 10x growth that I saw in both my companies, RevUp and Mentorx. I mean, it was really
That's
nice, a
that's
revolution in
really
education.
that's really stupendous one, really. Because that's what was positivity of what I've seen in last 2 years. Of course, there was this whole issue of the pandemic and all, but there's a huge amount of positivity which is there and which reflected in the
So
society, part of it.
it's
Okay,
one word,
so
one family now.
so if I have to sort of ask you next is, if you have to sum up Nancy Juneja, Dr. Nancy Juneja in one sentence, what will be that sentence be?
I like to revolve your question. Nancy Juneja cannot be summed up.
I was going to give you another challenge actually. Summed up in one
Nancy
word.
Juneja cannot be summed up. I'll say
So
I'm
that's a
very
statement. That's a sentence. Nancy
down
Juneja
to
can't
earth
be.
person, but there is no cap on my creativity ever. It will
Okay.
go on. It is like universe. It has no leaps and bounds. It wish to touch each and every person who wish to make their life count. And when they look back, they feel wow. If I am a humble resource in any chapter of their life, I will be grateful.
Okay. So, what are the first or top three advice you will give to a, let's say, youngster just getting into college and revving up for lives? And because the moment the school life gets over, the structured environment gets to a little unstructured, and life throws up many things. So, what are the top three things you will sort of give them the advice?
Yeah, so many to all the young budding talent, young entrepreneurs who are watching us, through this channel created by Entrepreneurs Media and powered by Radicals. This is really nice. I'll say, like the show name, be your own spotlight. Number one, be your own spotlight. I mean, there is no one who can tell you that come on the center stage, I do it for you. There is no one who can say that you want to reduce weight, I will do push ups for you. It never happens like that. You need to do for yourself. You need to discover the best version of yourself. Do it just for yourself, not for the word. Word will follow when you're someone. Word will never trace you in your journey of coming up. They will always follow you when you're at pinnacle of your success. So only you are responsible if you wish to be in the spotlight. Second, be you, be authentic, be real. Very, very important. In the complex world today, where we are, surrounded by something known as influencers, likes, and, we are affected by the likes of anonymous strangers. Exactly. I don't know what we are heading to, but I'll say be real, be authentic, listen to your gut feelings, which are, somewhere going in the noisy world. Once we
Okay.
listen to our gut feeling and we are closer to our simplicity, our reality, that inner soul shines so bright that it will make you shine like the rising sun.
Wow, that's
That
a
is there.
that's a good.
And third is left.
Mm-hmm.
So be your own spotlight, be real, be authentic. That is what I
Mm-hmm.
follow always. Be the same personally and professionally.
Mm-hmm.
You really don't need any PR when your work is your PR. And third, I'll definitely say giving back to society.
Okay.
The life is always fulfilled when you give back to society, when you're grateful, for
Mm,
what you had.
mm,
Because there's so many. Somewhere when you are doing something for XYZ, you don't know
mm,
that ABC is working for you. So
mm,
these are all the dots. This is the complete circle of universe which is working. Who are we to disturb it?
mm.
Somebody has helped us. We are here to help someone. I'll not say help, rather I'll replace by the word empower. So I guess, say the last conclusion remark as KEY, key. The
Okay.
key is keep empowering yourself, because
Oh,
once you keep empowering yourself, everything happens, in the course of time.
that seems to be the mantra for the kids or for everyone you are giving.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay. So coming back to again one core bit, we in our brand science we call it as brand essence. So, so what is the essence of Dr. Nancy Juneja? You already said is that keep empowering yourself or the part of it, but your essence of other than that, what you have already stated.
Wonderful, wonderful. That reminds me of the time when I started my entrepreneurship journey. I never wanted to go back and ask any of my families to support me, because that independent girl was there, and the
Hmm.
three words revolving my mind that time was, passion, profession, and perseverance. That was the time. So what you asked, essence, was looking inside me. That what is my strength?
Hmm.
So essence of Nancy is just the strength, not her legacy, not her background she comes from, not her designations, which is like so much these days that people just go on. I always say that all these designations, trust me, when I used to go to a college, sometimes they used to mention me as Nancy Juneja peak performance coach. So I used to start, somebody added my in my profile peak performance mentor. She is the one who did peak performance.
Hmm.
Somebody told, she is a powerhouse. Somebody told live wire. So it used to come on. Somebody made me child and women development
Hmm.
officers of India
Hmm.
and the
Hmm.
world, then somebody global chairperson. It was somebody who made me.
Hmm.
I was sticking only to my essence all the time, which was my strength, my skills. So I'll just say the 7 C's to focus everyone, to all the youth. Once you focus on these 7 C's in your life, that is like confidence, creativity, consistency, being concise, being critical about your own self. I mean, no one can be your critic. You need to be your self critic.
Hmm.
That is it. And healthy comparison. Comparison.
Hmm.
Comparison to your previous self, not to
Hmm.
anyone in the world. No one matters. Just you and your previous self. It is just about you. So that is what. So when these 7 C's are in place, and above all, communication. So I'm a communication strategist.
Yeah.
So I feel all this takes you to places: creativity, confidence, communication, concise, critical thinking, creative thinking, and that is it. That gives you a
So
wow effect in life,
that's
and that is what
hmm.
makes you no one to someone, a journey of person to personality. That is it.
So that's almost gives me that feeling of that seven steps of Shaolin sort of feeling. So which is
Wow.
where we used to see Bruce
Wow.
Lee, Bruce Lee getting up for that. So that's what the seven steps really good
Yeah.
part of it. Seven
So
C's.
I guess the dose of kickstart early morning for everyone.
Correct.
For
Correct.
myself also, as I'm reaffirming what's inside me.
Correct. Okay. So now almost coming towards the end of this chat, but I'm really enjoying. But I'll like to ask you: have you reached the ikigai state of being Nancy?
The eureka moment, you mean?
Uh, Have you heard of this Japanese concept called ikigai?
Yeah, I read the book too. The
Okay,
series of
so
book.
that's what I'm asking. Have you reached your ikigai?
So that is like trance, bliss. Yeah, that
You got
state.
passion, profession, and everything coming together, and that is what you're vibrating on.
Yes, but I'll give you a golden nugget here also. At
Hmm.
every phase of life, I might be full of positivity, but there is always a turn when you are questioned. I am also at a point of time, I'm saying on a live, that I have to decide what next. Because definitely, not those 3 M's, but there are many other things. which affect your decision at every point of time being a woman. Because now my profession demands myself to evolve out of country, going to places. There's so much that I feel that I can do, but when I see my present things, I feel there's a time to it. So I just talk to my universe that you have unfolded me till now, you will unfold me ahead. So I'm a strong believer in karma and destiny, and that is it. So I don't think so that I'll say that this has arrived, or Nancy has arrived. Nancy has always arrived according to her age, according to her grit, according to her passion, but Nancy is unfinished. There is never a finishing line. And who are we to put a finishing line when God is believing in us and He is giving us the last breath? So, till my last breath, I want to be known as an educationist, as a peak performance coach, and as a mentor.
Oh, that's really clearly elucidating your b- going on and on and on energy
Thank you.
part of
Thank you. Just
part
by
of
heart.
Sure. So thanks for being on our show, and I loved sort of your key challenge and the energy sort of you infused in even us also. That's what I was looking at when we started off during this Navratra, the woman Shakti and woman power. So very clearly that gives us this whole month of energy and the bundle
Wow,
part
wow.
of it.
Deeply humble, sir. And I
Sure.
would like to say, as you said, you started on Navratras. You have started by worshipping the Durga herself, the woman power. So, every woman is a Durga, every woman is a Kali, every woman is a Parvati in her. When she start invoking her quality, trust me, woman empowerment is no word. Woman empowerment is I am the power. So wonderful. You've started on Navratras, and I wish by this wonderful poised forum today, I wish each and every woman, a message to each and every woman, that be there, be your own spotlight, and please follow them so that you are the spotlight in the whole universe now.
Sure. Thank you. That's wonderful closure for us. Thank you.
Thank you.
I am mesmerized, Dr. Nancy. And I'll finish this session by just adding this one last sentence spoken by you, actually. Dr. Nancy Juneja has arrived. That's for sure.
Wow.
Thanks a
Just
lot.
not Dr. Nancy Juneja, the woman power has arrived. And when we say woman entrepreneur, trust me, we don't enter the boardroom as a woman or man. We just enter as an entrepreneur. So
Very true.
each one of us has arrived. We all are together
Very
in the ecosystem.
Very true. And just for the audience, if you need any help about anything related to entrepreneurship, believe me, just reach out to Dr. Nancy, and you will
Sure.
find that she will be responding to you as she responds to everybody else. So there is nothing in her mind that she doesn't know you, or you're the first one, you're reaching her for the very first time. You will feel कि ये तो मैं कब से जानता हूँ इनको. That kind of vibe she will give you, and she is definitely a people's person and a giver person. Thank you so much, Dr. Nancy, for being here on the show today. Thank you very much on behalf of the audience of Entrepreneurs Media.
Deeply humble,
you.
sir, and your last
you.
word was so by heart. Thank you so much, Ankur sir and Abhya sir, and rock on.
I'm good with NRC. Just NRC is fine. No, sir. We are all
So we call him
equals.
NRC.
Wonderful, sir. Respects begets respects.
Great. So viewers, if you have liked this episode of Spotlight featuring Dr. Nancy, do like and share and subscribe to the channel. We will be back with more enterprising people from the entrepreneur journey. Thanks a lot for watching. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.